Hello YouTube, this is the Java Programmer. In the past video I talked about creating an instrument class that we would use for our upcoming signal manager. And if you remember, I'm going to bring in my graph real quick. Here's what the graph looked like, and we wanted an instrument to say like brokerage client dot get instrument passing in euro/GBP, and then we can interrogate the instrument for histories, for different indicators, and that type of thing. So let's start out today by creating our base instrument class. I'm not sure if there's going to be multiple classes or if we'll just be able to work with one of them. But for the most part, let's at least get started with the class setup, and we'll see how this program goes from there. So we need a new class, and I'm thinking that the best place to put it is in our models. I'm not sure logically if that makes sense, but that's where I'm going to start with it. And I'm going to call it a data instrument for now. So if we create a new class and call it data instrument, we have a new blank class. So if we look at our test program here, we basically, when we ran this, we set up an event queue, we set up a client. We told the client, I want to get history for this instrument, and these are the parameters that I want. We want to change this program basically to, instead of going to the client directly, we want to say something like this: data instrument in equals client dot get instrument, and we pass in the pair that we want to get an instrument for. And so in our case, it would be Euro USD. Now at this point, we have an instrument class. So we would like to call the instruments get history, and since we've already chosen the instrument name, we should be able to just say the chart type and the amount of entries that we want. So let's go ahead and implement these. If we first off, we're going to need this get instrument method in our client, and since it's a brokerage client, it's a generic, we're going to create a method in here. And as you can see, this is our interface. So now anybody that inherits from a brokerage client has to return a data instrument based on this method call. And also we want a history. So we have a data instrument. We want to get a history based on this. So let's add that to our instrument class. So there we have it. We will come back to this very soon. Let me just at least name these correctly. Amount and chart type. All right. So in order to get this to work, let's look. As you can see, we have adding the method to our interface causes this to go red. So we have to add unimplemented methods. And here is our data instrument. So let's see, what do we want to do when creating? So data instrument in equals new data instrument, and we return it. But an instrument is going to need first off In this particular brokerage client, we might want to pass in, let's see, I think we want to move our get history. Let's see, brokerage client, no. Okay, I think I figured out how I want to do this. In this, we are in a brokerage client, a specific instance of one. So I think what we want to do is we want to pass that to the instrument. And what that's going to do, now we got a red because we have to, we've got to create this method on the instrument class, create constructor. So private. Yes, this is what we want. Brokerage client, this dot client equals client, CLINT. All right. So brokerage client, and this will make it generic. And then we can say client dot get history, passing in something's not right. An instrument needs its name, and we get the instrument here. So our client here needs to pass in the string that is the name of this instrument. So we need to change the constructor. There we go. So what that's going to give us the ability to do, and you might think this is odd, and initially this just doesn't feel right. I've been programming for a while. Something doesn't feel right about this, but we'll go with it for now anyway. So client.getHistory, we're going to pass in the chart type and the amount that comes in here, and actually we're just going to return that. So what that gives us the ability to do is here we can say client.getInstrument, and we now have a data instrument. We can call its history method. It gives us history based on whatever we want. The other thing that we might want to do in an instrument, and we'll come back to this later in another video, but we might want to say instrument.get EMA, which is the one of the moving averages, and we pass it a chart type and an amount, something like that, and that gives us a linked list of data bars, possibly. I think in this case it wouldn't be a data bar, it would be a data point. Something like that. And what this would do is each point would only have a single value, and we could plot that as an array of points, and it would give us the moving average or whatever period we were looking at. But let's go back and before we go down that road, let's make sure that our implementation here works. So I'm going to run this program. Let's see, I just want to double check. We call it client's get history. Here we've implemented it, and we return that instrument. I think this all looks good. So I apologize for the disclaimer, but I will have to show that again. This disclaimer is that if you use this software to do Forex trading, you will lose money. Don't rely on anything that you see in this video because you most likely will lose money. Don't trust anything that you see in this video about trading or the possibility of making money because most likely you will lose money. This software will cause you to blow out your account. So the person behind writing this software cannot be held liable for any harm that you might incur to yourself by using the software. And if I haven't said it already, in using this software, you probably will lose money, and you will not have any when you're done using this software. So this is the disclaimer. Now that you've seen the disclaimer, let's go ahead and run this program. So go up here to our apps. Yeah, this program here. Okay, so let's run this and see what we get. Today is a Wednesday, so the market should be open. We should get history. Well, I apologize. This program is actually just showing a chart. So it looks like we haven't broken the implementation at all. Here's our, yep, there we go, a couple more updates. You can see the market's pretty not busy right now. So we now have this data instrument. So what can we do with this data instrument? The next thing we need to do is we're probably need to create this EMA, which is an indicator. And I'm not sure how we're going to do that yet. I'll have to think about it a little bit, but this video is going on too long. So anyway, thanks for watching, and stay tuned for next time. This was the Java Programmer.